Hi ladies, and welcome to this beautiful Saturday. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make water kefir. Water kefir has so many health benefits. I'm going to try to make this video somewhat short, so I'm going to be including the recipe and the benefits in the description box below. So in this video I'm just going to run you through the instructions and the steps just to show you how to make this. And once you get the hang of it, I promise it's so easy. So to start out, you're going to start out with a clean half-gallon jar and a 1/4 cup of water kefir grains. I ordered my water kefir grains off of Etsy. I would link them, but the person I was buying from, she was almost out at the time, but honestly, anyone on Etsy is going to be a better option than Amazon. Etsy, you're buying from real life people instead of just towards a big corporation, and also they're going to take more care of the health of their grains. So right now I actually have about a 1/2 cup of water kefir grains, but I'm growing mine, and yours will continue to grow, so you can either discard them or give them to some friends. I'm going to be giving some to some friends soon, so right now I do have about 1/2 cup of water kefir grains. Next, you're going to add some dates. The dates are optional. I like adding 2 since mine are pretty small, and it gives it a little bit of a sweeter flavor. And then the sugar, you're going to want a 1/4 cup for a 1/4 cup of grains. I use about 1/2 cup, and I use organic sugar, non-processed. This is really going to help the health of your water kefir grains. And the sugar is going to be what your water kefir grains eat. Sorry, I keep saying water kefir. I can just say water, or I can just say kefir grains, but there are milk kefir grains and then water kefir grains. So obviously this is water kefir grains. So next you're just going to fill that jar up with water. So basically the only ingredients you have to use is just the grains, the water, and the sugar. Because again, the sugar is what feeds the grains, and then that's how they just kind of produce the probiotics and all the health benefits that you want. Next, you're going to add just a breathable lid. I just add a piece of paper towel and then a clean scrunchie to hold it all down, or you could use any kind of rubber band or something like that. And then after about 24 to 48 hours, it is going to be fizzy on top like this. Sometimes the very top, it might be a little brown. That's totally fine. This is a fermentation process. So if you're not used to fermenting food, it might seem a little weird or odd, but it's not moldy, it's just fermenting. So you're gonna wanna take another clean half-gallon jar, and then you're going to want to take a mesh strainer. Now, something very important to know about water kefir or any kind of fermentation process. Well, I guess I don't know about any kind, but specifically for kefir is that you cannot use metal. Metal cannot touch anything. So everything must be either glass or plastic, but you absolutely cannot use metal lids. You can't use metal spoons. So plastic or glass only. So for the second step of this process, you're going to want to take some juice. It can be any kind of juice. I have noticed the best flavor comes from grape juice. So you're going to scoop out those dates. Sometimes you can actually add fruit to the first step of the process. I'm still kind of figuring out how I want to make my recipes, but I'm still kind of learning that, so I will definitely update you guys when I figure out exactly how I like to make it. Here in Florida, it's very warm, and so I have had a higher alcohol level in my water kefir than I wanted in the past, so I'm very careful to try to not let it ferment too long, because I've literally gotten tipsy off of my water kefir before. So just a little note, make sure you don't let it ferment too long, especially if you live in a warmer climate. So once you have strained out all those water kefir grains, look at these beautiful grains. I just wanted to show them off here because they are just gorgeous. Also, quick side note, you could literally start a business selling kefir grains if you wanted. There is actually a pretty high market for that. So if that's something that you are interested in. So for the second step of this process, you're going to strain out the water, and then you can add some fruit at this point. The fruit is optional. I have noticed the best flavor comes from mangoes. I absolutely love them. You can also use raspberries, strawberries, blackberries. I also really like the flavor that comes from strawberries. Honestly, not so much from raspberries or blackberries. I feel like it kind of gives it a sour flavor, and I'm more all about the sweets. But that is up to your preference. And the fun thing about water kefir is that you really can play around with this. You know, you can decide if you want to add more sugar or less sugar. The sugar does not make it sweeter, by the way. In fact, I've been adding less sugar because it can actually feed more alcohol. But I mean, I don't know, maybe you want more alcohol in there. You do you, girlfriend. I am planning on getting pregnant soon, so alcohol is not really on my roster right now. But yeah, go ahead and add that fruit if you want. And then you want to have some room to add juice. So I did pour some out because I had a little too much kefir going on. I wanted a little more juice in there. You can also experiment with how much juice you like adding to your water kefir. I probably could have added a little more juice than I did. But I've been trying to add less juice lately so that I'm getting more benefits, you know, more health benefits from the actual water kefir and less juice. But I do love the flavor that the juice adds, especially the grape juice. Grape juice and mango may sound weird, but it's such a great combination. So you're gonna let this sit for about 24 hours. Again, sometimes the top looks a little brown or a little weird, but I promise it's completely normal. So after, you know, it's sat there for about 24 hours, you're gonna go ahead and scoop out that old fruit. And now it's time to drink it. So I like adding my water kefir to sealed lid bottles. I probably didn't explain that right, but I got mine from IKEA, and this creates more pressure, which creates more carbonation, so your drinks are kind of fizzy. You do want to be careful because your bottles can basically explode. When you take the lid off, they can actually explode all over your house if they've been sitting for too long. This has happened to us, so I now always open my bottles outside. Like, I'll just open the door, stick the bottle outside and open it just to make sure it doesn't explode all over our kitchen, because we literally had to repaint our ceiling. Super fun. You can find that video on my Instagram at Liz_daily_. I should honestly make an entire highlight just for the one video I have of our bottle of water kefir exploding all over our home. It was not as funny as it sounds. I mean, it was kind of funny, but yeah, we literally had to repaint the house. But as you can see, there's already some carbonation going on here. And that is it for the process. It is honestly so easy, so simple. Again, I'm gonna have the recipe in the description box below with more instructions. I hope you guys enjoy. I love you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.